How's it going, everyone? Today, joining us on my episode today, I got UA the duo featuring Slomo and Wally. How's it going, you guys?
Yo, what up? Good, bro. Thank you for having us on. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. See, I'm having some echo. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, let me find out. Oh, okay, that's why I had my Twitch popped up, and I was like, why am I hearing such a little echo? All
Okay,
right,
but
but
yeah, you good?
all right, how's it going, you guys? I'm glad you guys are able to like join in on my podcast today. Like, I was telling Wally that like you guys are inspiration to me to like actually get this started going because I every time I see you guys on Instagram pulling up like new songs or anything like that, you guys are going to a different state and like having like to live your life that you guys wanted to do. Like I was like, you know what? I need to wake up and actually do it. Like I need to put in the same grind as you guys. So just having you guys here, like I'm kind of nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
Like
you
I've
good, bro?
known Wally, but like I still get
Got you, bro.
nervous. No worries, man. What is it? I do have a couple questions to kind of get it started off with and everything. Um,
Yeah,
the one
let's get it.
question was like, what was the first person that inspired you guys to actually like follow this career path, like becoming rappers and everything?
That's a good question, bro. Good question. I guess for me it was just watching the behind the scenes with my older brother because we have a brother that's older than us. Yep. And
All
so
right.
growing up, I got to see him and all his friends because we shared a room, So
Yeah.
every time they would do something, I was either in the room or around there. So just picking that up, like it really gave me a love for it on like the behind the scenes part,
Hmm.
like just the creating part.
Like putting the grind in and everything like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's all I've known, since I was a
Yeah.
kid. So I just and then we have a family history of it, so
Hmm.
it only felt right, to pursue it.
All right, nice, nice. So it was like being around it and being influenced into that whole like environment. That's actually pretty cool because like it's hard trying to find people that are like into some of this like some of the same stuff that you're in, and just being around it makes it way more
Right.
easy for everyone to like
Yeah.
actually taking that first step. I do remember back in high school, Wally was talking to one of the teachers. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna become a rapper and everything. He's like, are you sure you want to go down that path? Because not a lot of people go to like make it out and everything. I don't know if that was the whole conversation. It hit Wally more and motivated him to do more. So, like,
Facts.
do you see like that? Like, ha- did you ever like think like to ever go back to that school and like tell that teachers like, you know what, I'm making it. Like, I'm actually putting the grind. Like, you doubted me, but I'm working.
Honestly, I used it as fuel, bro. I mean, I don't really live in that area anymore by that
Hmm.
school. But when I was down there, I'd drive by all the time. I'd just be like, "Yo, that's the old school." And then remember that they fucking some of the teachers were like that. You're right. Some of them would kind of just try to downplay certain students and shit like that. So at that point, I just remember it and then know that that's no longer the case. Like I'm not what they thought I was gonna be. So
Like that.
I don't really do it to prove it to them, but where I'm at now, like in my headspace, I know I did prove it. So
All
there's
right,
no point.
nice.
I don't gotta go in person.
Yeah, no, makes sense, man. And it's crazy because something like that, a lot of people are like, oh, it was just a conversation, but in all
Facts.
reality, it gets you moving. It gets you putting in that grind, that extra step. Like I've also had like I've had experiences and moments where people just doubt me and like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Like I don't care. Like I have to just
Yeah,
jump
bro.
in and do it. Like taking that step is the biggest part of like doing whatever you want to do.
No
I
cap.
wanted to ask if Slomo, you've also had any type of experience like that on this whole situation.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, bro. I've definitely had naysayers in the past.
Hmm.
um, and just like Wally, you got to use it to fuel you because if you let it get to you, then obviously they're doing it right. So
Hmm.
you can't give them that. You can't give them that satisfaction, of watching you fall. So
Yeah.
you just got to keep grinding, keep going,
Even if sometimes it's you that's, like kind of in your head a little bit about it, like you just got to push through it, and you just got to keep going if it's what you love to do.
I
Facts.
love that, man. I love that. Yeah, it's like it's a great way of putting it. Like sometimes it's just a drive, but for sure, man, like you can't always let them see like the benefit of the doubt on like
Exactly,
you're still
bro.
in your
Yep.
head.
Facts.
Here's another question. Like I know you guys mentioned your brother, like your older brother, like showing you guys all about this stuff and you guys being around that environment. But do you guys actually have any other role models that you guys look up to when it comes to this industry?
That's a great question, bro. I'll go first, and then Slomo can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
They might be similar answers, but like for a while, I looked up to Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator.
Back in the high school days, like
Yeah.
2012, 2013, when they were really early.
Hmm.
Just seeing that he was like 18, 19, 20 at that time, and had a whole group of other people that were like kind of in his mind state too, thinking the same thing, just wanting to make it in music. They
Hmm.
weren't even signed or anything, and they were already making a buzz for themselves. So
Nice. Yeah. One.
that showed me that that's why I started in high school, because they kind of started at the end of high school. So I'm like, damn, if
Mm,
they could do it, like I'm in high school now, I could do that shit too. So that's what inspired me really early, was like Mac Miller, Tyler, Earl
nice.
Sweatshirt,
There we
and then
go.
the OGs, the classic dudes we usually will talk about. Like we're from Cali, so Dre and Snoop
Nice.
Dogg,
Okay.
and
Okay. Yeah.
I'll let Mo jump in. I'll let Mo jump in.
Go for it.
Yeah, for me it was like I've always been like a big Ice Cube fan, so Ice Cube was like a big one for me. But
Same here.
like,
Same here.
Yeah,
yeah, oh man, and when I was like really starting to like take it a little more serious,
Hmm.
a big inspiration for me was Big Pun.
Okay.
Just because he was like one of the first Latino artists to like go, mainstream and like go
go platinum
platinum.
with his
All
first
right.
album.
Oh,
So
really?
he
Damn.
was a big drive for me, and just like the way he carried himself, he was definitely a big inspiration for me.
No, makes sense, man. Yeah. I think like when it comes to like other like Latinos and everything, when you see them like putting in the grind and you see that they make it and everything, it like it fuels us up even more on that whole situation
Facts,
because
bro.
like you see that you're like, you know what? He can also make it. I'm gonna do it, man. Like he can't be
Yep.
the only one up there. Like we're gonna be both up there, you know?
Yeah,
So
exactly. There's room, bro. There's
Yeah, there's
room.
room for
and
everyone.
You just
there's
have to,
room
like
for
you
everyone.
said, get up and want it, and
Yeah,
actually put in the effort to get towards it. You can't just wish it,
Facts.
yeah.
because that's just empty wishes at the end of the day. So
Yeah, it is true because my buddy on my first episode of this podcast, he mentioned that being motivated is always the first step, but being like the extra two steps that follow after that is staying consistent and keeping that drive without any motivation because anything can be accomplished if you continue doing that. Like just get that
facts, bro.
motivation, stay consistent, and don't thrive on only on that motivation. You have to
On
keep
that
going
first
through.
step, you gotta
Yeah,
you gotta follow it up.
I like that,
very
bro.
true, very
That's
true,
deep,
man.
bro. That's facts, though. That's facts.
Yeah, very true. Let's see. Uh, like also like for me like I'm barely starting up and everything like that. I know I don't do much like audio work and everything, but I know there's people out there that like are actually wanting to jump into this career path that you guys are both following and everything. What are some type of tips that you guys would actually give those up and coming starters or anything like that if they need like have any questions or something that you guys like have learned throughout the years and like could give some type of tip?
No, thanks, man. I'll start. I can go on
Yeah,
that one.
Slomo can touch, and then
Go
I'll
for it.
jump out.
It's really easy to like just think that it's really easy to think that it's really easy, because
Yeah.
you see people that just kind of pop up from one day to another. They're, like having all this success.
Yeah.
But if you always, if you dig deep enough, most of those people have been at it for
Years.
years on end,
Hmm.
and they finally get their big break, but they're new to the,
The
mainstream.
mainstream scene.
But they've
Yeah.
just been grinding it out, so it's not an overnight thing. You definitely have to take the steps to set yourself up for that success. Some people do luck out and they get that overnight success, but it's
Facts.
like kind of like hitting the lotto almost.
Yeah.
So you just gotta have to, like anything else, just practice, practice, practice,
and stay
and
consistent, like
stay
you said.
consistent, like you
Hmm.
said. And
Yeah,
if you are having those doubts, you push through them, keep going.
Yeah, you just push
true.
through them, bro. Because that's the moment that you let go. There it goes. Like you don't find out the end of that story. Like you just kind of leave it halfway. So
Very true, very true. One quote that on my second episode that one of my buddies said, mentioned that Halo Infinite actually has a quote on the beginning of like the waiting time and everything. It's like
oh
you can
shit.
take like if you don't take that shot, like you miss 1,000 opportunities that you would have taken or like gotten a chance to
Yeah,
do. So it's like
Halo be on some real shit. Halo
facts,
Halo
be
be
bro.
on
on some
some
major shit.
even the
Like
loading music. That shit is crazy.
it goes hard, man.
That shit is like ambient as fuck.
Bro, I never was like a big fan of like Halo, like because I always played PlayStation back in my day and everything like that.
Same, but honestly, I
But
switched to Xbox for a little bit, and I did play like Halo 3, 4, and then
yeah,
our cousin had the first Xbox, like the black one
yeah,
with the
yeah,
glove,
yeah. The
and he
big
had
X.
Halo 1 and 2, so we
All right.
definitely got to play that pretty early, bro.
Uh, the one so like because I was always a PlayStation, my brother was the Xbox fan. So we got I can't remember which one. I think it's the third or fourth one. But it's like where that infected like whole like situation where you can actually play like two players on the story mode. Like that was the first
I think that
introduction.
might
I
have
was
been
like,
3. That might have
yeah.
been 3.
But the thing that was funny, my brother's Xbox was for some reason set up in Spanish. So the whole game we were playing it in Spanish, and it's hilarious
Damn,
just hearing those little guys running away from you in Spanish, like screaming to their death. It's like hilarious. But now, like
Bro.
I also was a big
gotcha.
like I was a big PlayStation fan, but like I jumped onto Xbox because I had no one to play with, and they were all on Xbox
Yeah,
if I
bro, that's
had
what
any
I
friends.
noticed because back in those junior high days, uh, again, like I had
Hmm.
PS3, I had PS3, and like a few, two, three homies had PS3 and
Hmm.
online, so we could play. But everyone had Xbox.
Yeah.
Everybody had Xbox 360, so I was like, "Fuck!" And I ended up fucking.
Switching over.
I traded it, bro. I traded it for a PSP.
Hmm.
Not even gonna cap. Like I got a PSP, an iPod, the iPod Nano, the really
Yeah, yeah,
small
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah,
with the screen. It was like
yeah.
16 gigs. A flat screen. They gave me a 32-inch flat screen,
Damn.
and they gave me like 6 games for the PSP. For the
Damn,
PSP.
and was this all at like GameStop?
No, hell no.
No?
GameStop.
I was about to be like, because they'd give you
I
like
love
two
you,
dollars right there
GameStop.
for all that.
I love you, GameStop, because you're classic, but they be tripping, bro. They be 50 cents for a
You
game. Like
show up with like 10
give them
games,
10
they'll give you
games,
$2.
and they'll be like, "That's the best I can do," and just
Like,
and
and
just walk back. Nah, but
and
yeah, I got a whole deal, and then I switched to Xbox,
there you
and
go.
I played that Xbox for like 4 years, bro, and then switched back to PlayStation 4 after the
Mhm.
next gen. And now I don't. Now I went back. Now I have a PS2, so I don't even have PS5 or nothing.
Really? Yeah. All I have is my regular Xbox. My like it's like the Slim for yeah Xbox One
I
Slim,
just
and then
I just started retro console collecting, so
okay.
I bought the first Game Boy, the original Game
Oh,
Boy
all right, all right.
from the
Like
80s, from
like the
89.
color or the one before like color.
The one even before I just bought a color. Shout out to my
Okay.
mom. She just bought me a yellow Game Boy Color.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
still
and
have mine just chilling right there with
89.
my little Pokemon
Yeah,
protector.
I don't have Pokemon. I have Tony Hawk.
You have Tony Hawk?
For Game
Oh,
Boy Color.
nice.
Yeah, I have Tony Hawk
Nice.
for Game Boy
Look at
Color.
that.
Bro, hella lit. I just got a DS, the original from
Ooh.
2004. The
Oh, so like those
PSP.
thick boys, like those
It was
thick silver ones.
it was lit, bro. It's lit.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's crazy because what is it? Me personally, like I love retro games, but like jumping back on and like seeing all these like being able to like hold them and play them, like why did I think this was like high graphics, like best quality graphics back in
That
the
shit was
day?
a trip.
It's like you're comparing it to like newer games right now, you're like, holy crap,
Time
like
changes everything, bro. Time
so
changes
much, so
everything.
much. And like I don't know, it's crazy, but it's great like little nostalgic moments jumping back onto there
Exactly, bro.
I don't like I have a couple games that are like solo games, but I have like those bigger like little clips that have like 12 or 15 different games in one little like cartilage or thing, whatever it's called.
Oh
And
yeah, the
that's the ones I
cartridge.
always play.
Bro, that's sick, bro. That's lit.
Let's see, but to follow up with that to continue with the questions that I have for you guys and everything,
Yeah.
like what like I know you guys have multiple songs out there and everything like that. After creating these songs, like what would you guys say it had to be like your favorite collab with? Like on creating a song, like
Ooh.
what's what do you guys have?
I'll let Mo start it off.
Go for it, Mo.
You go first.
For collabs.
Yeah, for
I'll
collabs.
give my
Okay,
answer.
like
Like
just any
like
collab we've done with
yeah,
music.
any collab that you guys have done with music.
Well, I honestly have enjoyed every single collab. There's a reason
Everything.
that we've collabed with those people. It's because we
Hmm.
we enjoy their music and obviously bonded. So that's why
Yeah,
we came together. But our big ones, bro, our big ones. I'll say Skipper to Flipper,
skip
cause
the flipper.
yeah, that's just we did a song with Skipper to Flipper. He used to be on Migos and Lil
Hmm.
Yachty and
Oh,
Lil Baby's the same label,
oh, damn. All
QC.
right.
Yeah, they were on the same
Nice.
label, and it was after high school. It was like 2, 3 years after high school. We got
Okay.
in contact through Instagram, and
Instagram.
he actually had Mo call him like phone to phone,
Hmm.
and we talked to him on the phone, and he was like, "Yo, I'm down to work." We got on
Hmm.
the song, so that at the time I was a really big fan of him. So like watching his videos on YouTube hit like 1 million and shit was inspirational. So I told Mo, I was like, "Bro, we should get him on a song." And the fact that someone I looked up to in the music scene, like in the online scene, like YouTube and all that,
Yeah.
was able to come on a song with me and my brother, that should just hit home, bro. So that one is a little more special, to be honest.
Damn. Damn, man. Like I wouldn't expect that, but like you had those moments where you get to meet like hey like a what is it like someone you look up to and everything like that. Was it like
Right.
all you expected when you met him and everything? Like like was he like that chill guy that you expected or
He
was he like
sounded just
different?
like he sounded just
He
like
did. He did.
how I expected him to. He was just
Yeah.
like, "Yo, what up?"
Just like he raps, that's how
The
Yeah.
he
way he,
talks.
because he has like stutter and he like
Hmm.
kind of talks fast as fuck, but he raps kind of fast.
Yeah.
So he was like, "This is my trap phone. What up?" Like he was just like real quick, but it was dope. He got us the song back, and
Oh,
we put it out. It was lit.
that's great. That's great. What about you, Slomo?
For me, it definitely had to be Crunchy Black from 3 6 Mafia. I know
Yeah,
they just had
Oh.
their versus
their
battle.
versus battle
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Bone Thugs.
It was cool, to see him on stage with all the greats.
Yep.
And
Damn.
yeah, he took. We went to Chicago for the music video because we shot a music video. So if you guys want to watch it, you can.
Yep.
It's still
Yeah,
on
I'll have all
YouTube.
those links down below and everything for them.
Yeah, so that one we shot the whole thing out in Chicago. We were out there for like a week, and he like took us around, showed us around.
Hmm.
We went to go eat, and so it was just a whole like dream
Hmm.
come
A whole
true for me.
experience, bro.
And it was a whole ass experience. It was the first
Damn.
time we ever like
Went to
felt
Chicago
like rappers, I
and
guess.
felt like
Like
rappers.
Yeah, I remember seeing your
I
guys'
went.
stories uploading and everything like that on Facebook and Instagram. You guys going through all those experiences. I'm like, damn, like they're living that life. It was like around that time that you guys kept like motivating me, like I need to step it up and start doing
Hell
what I
yeah,
need to
bro.
do.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. I'm
No,
glad it. I'm glad it hit you, bro. It was dope. It was dope to live it.
Facts. It was a
no,
good experience for
Really good
sure.
experience.
man, that's amazing. And like following it up with that, like, is there any future collabs that you guys actually want to do? Like some collabs that like hopefully you guys can reach out and like connect with anyone.
Crossing my fingers.
J-
Yeah.
there is.
I'll give you an answer, and then Wally can tell you
Go
if
for
he
it.
has anybody in his sights.
Facts.
We have one with Jaron Benton that we've been working on.
He stole mine.
So yeah, Jaron Benton's gonna be real cool because we know he was like Grammy nominated and he was
Yeah.
like a double XL and
Signed
so
by Jay Z,
he was like
Oh.
I think he even had like a deal with is it
Rock
is it
Nation.
Rock Nation?
Yeah, Jay Z's management label.
So like it's all these like big things tied to him. So the fact that we even have something going on with him
Double XL.
whoa.
Yeah.
Let's.
But what about
So there you are. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
For
Yeah.
me,
It kind
for
of
me,
cut out, but you were good. Yeah. You guys are good.
okay, bet. Yeah. So for me, I don't know. I always want to do a song with like a Cali OG because we're from Cali. So
Yeah.
I'd love to get E40 on a song. I
Ooh.
feel like
All right.
he would sound fucking sick. Or Too Short, man,
Damn.
that would be
And
hard.
some like, yeah. Let's all cross those fingers because I would love to
Yeah, those
hear that song and see that
yeah,
music
man.
video.
I'm pretty sure we can.
that'll put in the work?
That's a good collab to reach for. So
It's
I feel
nice.
like it's not impossible though. We just gotta keep working.
Very true.
You
Very
might
true.
see that soon. UA Too Short E40.
Wow. I can't wait for that one to be honest. Like I want like all these collabs you guys are
Put it out
mentioning,
there.
putting it out in the universe.
Manifesting.
Yeah, just like Miss Robinson taught us back in high school, man. You got to
Yeah, Miss
manifest it.
Robinson. Shout out Miss Robinson.
um, Tagging along with that, like you guys have been able to like travel, go to different states and everything like that. But like out of all your guys' performances, like do you guys have like a favorite performance that you guys were actually like you guys like done anything like that?
Mm, that's a good question to follow up that last one.
That is a good question. You gotta be,
You
Yeah.
want to go first? You or me?
Either or, whoever wants to open up their
Go,
mouth
go,
and
go.
speak up first. All right.
give him a fresh one.
He'll
one
give him a
that's
fresh one.
All
All
right.
right.
Probably the one of the last ones that we did was the Day One Music Festival out in Idaho.
Hmm.
So that was our first time ever going to Idaho for a
Oh, okay.
music festival or
Nice.
performance or anything music related.
Facts.
So it
Yeah, I
was
saw
like,
on your guys' Instagram.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
was this year. Yeah, that was this
Yeah,
year.
it was
in,
this year.
at the end of August. So
Hmm.
like it was barely
Yeah.
getting fresh, so it wasn't too hot or anything. But it was really cool because we, kind of faced some obstacles on our way to the stage because it started
Yeah.
raining and everything.
Facts.
So like the crowd cleared out, but then once we started from zero basically. And
Yeah.
by the time we were done, we had a full crowd, and we got him to chant UA, and we even had a fan come up to us and had us sign his shirt. So it
And
was like,
Slomo
Damn.
gave him his custom UA bandana.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that on your guys'
yeah,
video that you
it
guys
was
showed.
really cool, man.
He was security's son, head of security's son.
Ooh, all right. Nice.
It was dope.
Nice. What about you, Wally?
For
What would
me,
your favorite performance be?
favorite favorite performance. Slomo hit you with one from this year, but
Yeah.
I would say our biggest one, bro, which was Lil Pump. It was
Lil
the
Pump?
first time. It was the first time Lil Pump came to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't performed in Utah or anything before.
All
And so
right.
we had the opportunity to open up for him his very first show in Utah. So
Facts.
Oh, damn.
it
Look
was
at that. I didn't know that.
it was like around Gucci Gang time when he was like popping.
Really?
So the whole house was
It was full.
it was at the
Damn.
complex downtown in
Damn.
Salt
So
Lake.
so how did that all work out? Like, did you guys get a random call, or was it all like you guys already supposed to perform that day and
Yeah,
you guys saw the lineup?
kind of more random call instead of like saw the lineup.
Yeah.
Shout out our boy Rhyme Time.
Yeah, shout out Rhyme Time because we did see our logo on the
Mhm.
flyer,
Yeah.
and then right after he hit us up,
Facts.
Like, hey,
I talked to them.
I talked to them. I got you guys on Low Pump, and
Nice.
so it was really cool, bro.
Bro, shout out to him because he got us on pretty much all of our
yeah,
big
shout
name
out our boy
shows.
Rhyme Time.
Yeah.
We even did Blueface the first time Blueface came to
Even
Utah.
Blueface?
Yeah.
Damn.
UA opened up for Blueface his first time in Utah. So
Damn, man. Like I didn't know that. Like I've only gone to like Complex one time and like I've seen some artists and everything, but like you guys like stepping up on that stage that other like people have already made it and everything like that as well. That's crazy to be honest.
it
Like
was
It
lit,
was crazy,
bro.
It is a crazy.
It's a
feeling.
crazy experience. We get the jitters at like local shows. It meant like when it's smaller, not like with a big name,
yeah.
and we still get jitters with big names. So it's like it's even, bro. Just performing like, and then once you get up there,
You lose it.
you lose all that stuff, and you just
You're in that moment. You're in your little
yeah,
zen moment. You're
breathe.
vibing and everything. That's amazing, man.
Exactly, bro.
That's
Exactly.
amazing. So like you guys mentioned that you guys have performed at the complex. Is there any other places that you guys like stayed consistent? You guys like performing at or anything like that?
Yeah, there was for a while we were doing a lot of Soundwell shows. Shout out DJ
Okay.
Juggy.
Yep, DJ Juggy.
DJ Juggy was getting us on his Slap Lake City showcases that he
And is on
continues to do and brings a lot of people to the spotlight
facts
basically.
from
Nice.
around here.
So that was one that we did on a pretty consistent basis.
Hmm.
The other one that we did for a little while was Metro Music Hall. So there's a lot of places that we've hit that are like we've done a few times, but then there's
Yeah.
also places that we've hit that are like first time, and
Facts.
one of them
Okay.
being the Gallivan Center. We did the
Ooh,
Urban Arts Festival,
nice.
um, and we got paid for it too, which was dope.
Oh
They,
shit.
they were they were waiting for us at the door with our check. We're like, oh hell yeah, but
Hell yeah. And so was that like you guys' first experience on like receiving the like first like look of like making it like it was your guys' first check, or did you guys have like another experience where you guys are like, you know what? Like you guys got your first payout on whatever you guys just did and hyped you
yeah,
guys
that
up?
was kind of the first time it was like legit like that.
All
Like
right.
they asked us for our real name and they like put a check and it like had our band name on there. Like it was cool.
Damn.
Yeah,
And they didn't give it to us till after, like right as we were walking off the stage, there was someone waiting for us, and they're like, "All right, here's your check." And I was like, "What? Cool." And we
facts,
had a
bro.
group waiting for us to take pictures and everything, so it was a legit experience,
Oh
man.
yeah, we threw
That,
out some shirts. Put
that's
the
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Like yeah, for me, so other than my podcast, I do actually like stream on Twitch, and that's just me playing video games and everything like that. Uh, on October, the date after my birthday, I actually received an email saying your first payout on Twitch has
Oh,
like been deposited to your like account. I'm like, wait, what? And I see, I'm like,
first
my
paycheck.
first
Oh, that's
paycheck.
so sick.
Appreciate it, man. But yeah, like I saw it and I was like, what? Like I messaged everyone. I was like, look, you guys, I finally made my first payout. Like I
That's
put in that
awesome.
That's
grind.
sick.
It was only $100, but like still like just getting that like just receiving and seeing that what I'm doing is like actually like what is
Paying
it
off.
paying off. Yeah, like it's seeing that grind. Like you guys, I bet it felt the same way. You
The
guys were so
fruits of your
excited.
labor, bro.
Yeah, first labor, just that first little moment, like you
That's how
like
we felt
see
when
it.
we got our first streaming check. Like
Oh, there we go.
for our music streaming, when we
Nice.
first signed up years ago, that was
Yeah, it was
similar
dope.
experience. We were just like, damn, we actually got paid for people just listening to our music. Like
That's
that's
amazing, man.
that's another thing. Yeah, that's dope.
And
Yeah,
so going into like that whole streaming thing, like when it came to streaming, like what was the first platform you guys jumped in, and do you guys still continue on that same platform or no?
good question. We first started dropping on YouTube
Oh, okay.
and SoundCloud,
Yeah,
and
I remember seeing some of the songs, music videos that you guys would upload. I remember you guys did a post like, "Hey, whoever has a nice car, whoever wants to like be part of our music video,
Yeah.
meet up here. I'll give you the details." I was like, "Damn, that would have been sick to like
yeah,
actually be
Yeah,
part
bro.
of."
People pull up. People
luckily
actually pull up.
we would get people that were like more than happy to do it. So it was real cool.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was YouTube and SoundCloud. We don't really do SoundCloud anymore.
No.
Hmm.
But we do continue to use YouTube on a regular basis. Like
Yeah.
now we're starting to update like behind the scenes while we're working on music. And so if you
Hmm.
guys do want like a closer look at what we're doing, you can subscribe to us at UA's a Duo TV on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have
Keep
all
it
that
simple.
info down below and everything for them, so that way they
Hell
can
yeah.
find you guys. But
Yeah.
that's great. What is it? Following up with that question, I remember back in the day, you guys were just UA, like Underground Ambitions, like
Right.
Ambition. But I saw that you guys actually changed it up, and you guys are just UA the duo. Well, like, what was like the changing factor in behind
Good question, bro.
Good discovery, bro.
that?
I'll touch on it real quick because I think Slomo said it on the last interview we did. So,
I did.
so
Nice.
what it was, yeah, you're right. It was Underground Ambitions, That's kind of the name we decided to go with when we first started making music together.
Mm,
Um, and then we noticed that it was being successful, but when we were at like live shows, things are a little more fast paced and people it's fucking loud and people are talking in the crowd and shit.
yeah,
So when you're saying a long name, it might not stick when you only say
very
it
true.
like once or twice and then it's fucking loud or whatever's going on. So we
Oh yeah,
decided that the name should be a little more just to the point, a little more easier to remember for fans to be able to look up faster.
yeah.
And we're a duo, and people called us UA short for Underground Ambitions anyway. So we
Hmm.
just put it together, UA and
Nice.
then the duo. So that's
That's
kind of
honestly
what,
great.
yeah, that's what the rebrand was for, bro.
All right, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I like that. Have like, but I bet like what is it like first starting like fans and everything. Like me, I still know you guys as Underground Ambitions. Like
Yeah,
yesterday when I was like coming up with all these questions and everything, my little sister's like, "What's their name?" I'm like, "Underground Ambitions." Is like, isn't that too long? I'm like, it is, but like it's what they go for. And like just saying that, like, all right, makes sense
yeah,
why you
bro.
guys
It's
were
awesome.
UA the duo now.
Yeah.
Facts. I'm glad you remember the OG name. The real, I mean, people who know the grind that we've
Yeah.
done, they'll remember that name.
Right.
But
No, no,
for
it's
anyone
great.
that's from the new point, they'll know
UA
UA
you
the
as
duo.
duo as well. So
Nice, nice. I like that change. And like a couple questions behind that as well. Like what was like the motivation to actually choose UA or U Underground Ambitions? Like
um,
why choose that?
that's a good one too.
Man, so when we first started, uh, it was it was always like slow mo featuring Wally or
Hmm.
Wally featuring slow mo.
And then
Like,
whoever else was on the
and if there
song.
was somebody else on the song, it'd be Wally featuring slow mo featuring whatever.
Oh,
So
all right.
it was like always really long, and
Kind of
so
cluttered on the title.
Hmm.
like, what if we just come up with one name
All
that
right.
just describes all of us?
When the song, yeah, when the song has both of us.
Because when we first
All right.
started, we originally had a third member, so we were like, we'll just get a name that describes everyone, and we
Yeah.
were real underground at the time,
Yep.
Yeah.
but we had all these ambitions of
Yeah.
becoming great
Of
artists,
becoming better. So
and so we you know fucking bounced around a bunch of different names,
it was almost ambitions of the underground.
and
But
we're like,
Really?
that sounds even more like
and then like
old
that's
school.
even more old school. And so what about underground ambitions?
Yeah.
And so that's
Nice.
kind of how it stuck. And then when we got our very first logo
Yeah.
done,
It was just a UA.
they just put a UA, which we've never thought about that. And
Yeah.
Facts.
so shout out our brother that made our
Our
logo
bro
that put
Murda.
UA. And
Nice.
thanks to that, everyone started calling us UA
Because they would see the
because
UA
they would
logo.
see the UA on our logo.
Nice. Well, it's gonna be like I think I have you guys tattooed on my arm then, because I'm a big anime fan and
Yeah, from My Hero
anime.
Academia.
Yeah, My Hero Academia. I actually have like it's kind of hard to tell.
I
Like,
told Slomo about that. The high school. It's called
yeah,
UA Academy.
yeah,
That's
UA
wild.
Academy. So I have this artwork done on me that has like a bunch of different animes, and I wanted to involve you, My Hero Academia, like My Hero Academia. And all I could think of was like just put a point and it has UA in the middle. That's all it is.
Facts.
So I could say I'm an original fan, other than anime from you guys.
Yeah, bro. Literally, not, you have two meanings to that. Because I have UA. I have UA music. So it's
All
like
right.
UA and then music, which was one of our first logos too.
Yeah.
Uh, just to follow up on yours. So
That's crazy. I'm like looking. I'm like, huh. You guys are gonna be part of me now.
yeah, bro.
I want to see you guys there.
Connected to us.
That's great. And so, like, when it comes to like gaming and everything, the first thing, if you ever want to play online, you have to come up with like a gamer tag. For me, it was like GamePro 801. But for you guys, like choosing your guys' like label name, like Wally and Slomo, like what inspired you guys to choose those? Was it given to you guys, or was it something you guys came up with?
Good question.
Ooh,
It was a little bit of both. Um, for me, it was
more given.
more given because I had an uncle that every time I would see him, he would
Mhm.
call me slow motion
Oh,
because I
all
was
right.
just
He was
lit
always
as fuck.
lit.
So like I wasn't very responsive,
Yeah.
especially back then. I was new, and so
Facts.
he's like, man, he would always say, "Siempre andas in slow motion." Is it true they call you slow motion? Is that your nickname? And so he would just mess around with me,
Mm-hmm.
and so everyone just started calling me slow mo for short. And so
Facts.
when we finally, started rapping,
Mhm.
I'm like, well, everyone already kind of calls me slow mo, so I'll just use that as my name.
Facts.
And that's how it came about. And so it's been around ever since I was a teen, basically.
That's crazy. What about you, Wally?
Bro, mine was more during school. It was
Really?
like when, yeah, it was during high school. Like that's when I first started rapping. I haven't changed my name since then.
Mm.
Um, I was just big into Mac Miller, and he had a mixtape called
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Mac Miller.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Indeed.
Yeah, he was a big. His music was around us a lot during that time when we were younger. That was when he was like first grinding to blow up.
Yep, yep. I remember
And
even his show that he like made on
I saw him
MTV.
live, bro.
Really?
He came to Salt Lake, Utah. Yeah, and he fucking came with
Damn.
two members of Odd Future of Tyler's
Okay.
Creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came with him, and Chance the Rapper was here. I saw all that, bro. It was
Nice.
inspirational, and his mixtape was called Delusional Thomas.
Delusional Thomas.
Delusional Thomas was the name of the album, the mixtape
Hmm.
from Mac Miller, and he was rapping with a weird voice. Like he didn't rap with his normal tone. Like
Hmm.
when he would finish recording the voice, the vocals,
Yeah.
he would like tune them and change the pitch.
All
So
right.
he had never done that before, but he did a whole album with that weird little voice,
Yeah.
and he named it like an alter ego, like a different side of him,
Yeah. That's
and he
pretty
called it
cool.
Thomas. So I was like, damn, I've never heard of a rapper with a simple name like
Straight
Thomas.
simple. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, I've never heard of a rapper like that. So I decided to go with Wallace. I was like, no one, there's no rapper named Wallace. I mean, Biggie's Christopher Wallace, but his
yeah.
rap name was Biggie. It wasn't
Yeah.
his name. So I was like, I want just a one name, a one like normal type name to be
Yeah.
my rap name because that no one was doing that. So
I like that. I like
and
that.
short for Wallace is Wally, so people just
Yeah.
call me Wally.
Just
Anyway,
Wally.
yeah.
Nice, nice. No, yeah, and I understand what is it like. I feel for like slow mo like behind his name like being created because in any Hispanic like family, bro, they always make like your nickname is
Jokes.
something that they joke about. Like
Facts,
for
bro.
me, it was Cos for Costra, and then like Gordo. See, like that's what they would call me, bro. And like I was like, oh, it's hilarious.
That's
Like
true. And
That
then
was me, bro.
there's Flaco. There's like
Flaco,
everything.
Güero, and everything, and all this other stuff. Like, there's so many different things, and
Your
even if
nickname is just like one feature. It's like a
one
feature.
feature, and sometimes those features are like your most like insecurities, and,
I know,
and
bro.
your family won't let it
They're
go.
bold, bro. They're bold,
Facts. I didn't want everyone to know I was
and
lit.
they would just put them on blast.
That's a bitch.
He liked that.
Oh, so like going in like talking about your guys' music and everything, I actually like I actually have like my top five that I personally love, and I hopefully I can get like your guys' input, like what your guys' five is. Like
I'm excited to hear it.
I'm ready.
it, for me, it's one of the OGs. It's on the check. Like
Ooh, okay.
like that was like when you guys were first starting up and everything. Like that has to be one
Facts.
of my
It was.
favorite ones. Like just seeing that music video, it was one of my
That was our
favorites.
first album. That was
That was
awesome.
one
Really?
of the songs and videos that kind of did solidify us more a little bit as like
All right.
artists
Like
to like be reckoned with.
oh
Uh,
okay.
because the video, like it was hard. We got the Tesla,
The
in the
Tesla.
video.
Yeah, I
No
was
one, no
like
one around
No
here.
one had a Tesla
No one
back
had
then.
a
very
Tesla.
true. Very
Facts.
true.
So like we
Like to
put
this
that.
day, it's rare to see a Tesla, and when you see it, you're like, they have money. But like that's the instant
And
thing. They have
it was
money.
a little different because we didn't do our trap sound. We did a like a West Coast sound.
Yeah, I did notice that and everything like that. Like it's crazy how like all these different like styles of like rap you guys put into your guys' music, like coming into like the newer stuff. Like right now, one of my favorite ones, like I first listened to on Instagram when you guys were doing the announcement was it's called Elevated. Like
Oh
that's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of my favorite
elevated.
ones. Like your
Hey,
guys' groove behind that. That was all you, Slow-mo?
Looney produced that, but
Looney?
that's yeah, he's right here
All
behind the
right.
scenes.
Perfect. Yeah, and I have a question in like upcoming, and hopefully like I can get his input as well when it
Hell
comes
yeah.
to all that info. But yeah, following up with Elevated, I have Tamarindo. That shit just hits different. That just hits different, and just
That's a
like it gets
bop.
you grooving.
That's a bop. He
uh,
did that one too.
Damn, look at that. And then the two last ones, it's Wave and Switching Lanes. Those two right there, like
Wave.
one thing I noticed with your guys' music, like it's for me, like it's that type of music I would be like cruising and just like chilling wherever I'm going, like just driving or like just chilling in my room and just like listening to any type of music. It's just a great vibe type of music that you guys have
Oh,
going on
oh,
lately.
bro,
Thank you, bro. Hell yeah.
appreciate that.
And then like for you guys, like what personally, like what are your kind of like favorite music? I know every song you guys have produced, it's probably like you guys want to say like, it's my favorite of all time because I've
That's true.
created it. But like what songs do you like affect you guys the most, or like which ones were you guys like more excited to produce and like put out to the world?
Good question,
That
bro.
is a very
That is
good
a good
question.
question.
That is true.
Um, I mean, I think you got your number one was one for me too, bro. On the check, like when like I first came up with that, and we got Wally on it, and like we were putting it together. Like I just felt like the potential was big, and then like the video, like everything just fell in place perfectly. So I, obviously felt like the upside was going to be huge on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which it helped us a lot, launch us.
Hmm.
So definitely that one.
Facts. It played a
Um,
big role.
and
Nice.
then shout out Tamarindo and Looney because we really put our heads together on that one because
Yep.
we wanted to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Like we just didn't want to like put something together and then throw it out and then hopefully it stuck. Like
Yep.
we were strategic with the way that we did it, and like it was a real a skull crusher because we were really thinking about it, man. So
Yeah.
it got us on the radio, and
The
so
effort paid off.
the effort was really like it paid off, because we got
Yeah.
played in Seattle on their radio station out there, and a few other ones here as well. We got played on a couple of them because of that song, so
Hmm.
it was really worth the process,
It was, yeah.
definitely.
That's amazing. That's
That's true.
amazing.
You said top five?
You said top five, right?
Whatever songs you guys want to mention doesn't have to
Oh,
be
okay.
for sure
Whatever
top
song.
five. Like whatever you guys
Whatever
have
song.
felt.
Okay, yeah, those are two good ones. Right now, I really like our latest single with the video, Lab Cooking.
Lab cooking. Yeah, I saw that on you guys on your Instagram. I
Yeah,
haven't
that's
fully
our
checked it
latest
out
one.
yet.
That one is a banger. Like that song
All
is
right.
so good.
I
Um,
yeah, I saw you with an apron. Like when you were like you guys were showing the Instagram part of
yes,
like the video. I was like
with the
an
chef
apron, like
emoji. I was looking like a chef emoji.
getting
Yeah,
some
bro.
major like Breaking Bad vibes off of that.
We were cooking that heat up, so that's why I wanted to dress accordingly. Yeah, I
Just for the
really like
part.
Lab Cooking, bro. It hits really well, and it just hit over 10,000 views.
Oh,
So
nice. Congrats,
yeah, it's
congrats.
another good
Thank you, bro.
single. Feeling good about that one. And
Facts.
then another one that I like would be, I would say,
Which one?
mm,
Which one?
I'm gonna say On Me. I
On
like
me?
On Me. Yeah,
All
it's
right,
one that
all
I
right.
did. It's one that I did along with Wave. You liked Wave? It was off of
Yeah.
that same EP. Slow Mo
Nice.
did the video, and it was my first solo video. I hadn't done a solo Wally only music video before.
All
So
right, all
Slow
right.
Mo shot that for me, and it did really well too. So I like On Me. That was another dope one.
Nice, nice. Yeah, another one it's a great mention that I like, like I got my top five, but another like honorable mention would have to be Envy. I actually like that one. Like the way
Ooh,
that one goes, it goes pretty hard. Like
Thank you,
it's just
bro.
like
thank you. I get like
straight.
a pump up feeling from that song.
Yeah. Like it oh, go for it, Selma.
Go
I
Mo.
was gonna say, talking about envy, that's the song that helped reel that crowd in. When I told you in Idaho how the
Yeah.
crowd dispersed because of the
We
rain,
did perform that song.
we did envy live, and like halfway through it, everyone started coming back in. Shout
That,
out Envy. Help us
that's
grow some
amazing.
content.
Yeah, I was listening to
Hidden
it.
secret.
It's a hidden secret. I was listening to it. It's kind of like those, like for me, it's those type of songs. Like it motivates you, it gets you pumped. Like you know what? You're right. Like they're gonna be envy every time and all this other stuff, man. Like it's crazy how like music can like just get you pumped up for whatever like scenario. And
For
like
sure, bro.
uh coming into the follow-up, well, another question I have for you guys. Like I noticed you guys have like that manindo and everything like that. Have you guys actually like jumped into like want to like dip your toes in any other genre other than rap or like hip hop, anything like that?
That's a good follow-up question. Mo can touch on it, and then I'll jump in.
Go for it, Mo.
Yeah. Shout out Looney because he's the one that we talked to about all of this. But we've talked about getting into like the more the Latin style vibes,
All right.
and maybe just go in that direction for a few projects, maybe not indefinitely, but just kind of dabble in that world because
Yep.
we know we can. We always like putting our abilities to the test
Very
to
true.
see what we can do, what we can come up with. It's almost like when a fighter moves up in weight, to see if
Yeah,
he does another weight class.
like you gotta test it out, see if it, like you
Exactly,
can
bro.
pull up and do
You
it.
don't know if you don't try.
So we're
Very true.
we're
Very true.
definitely open to the idea of trying other genres. Right now, I've been telling Wally that I have been wanting to dabble little bit more in like the TikTok friendly music. So
Oh,
you
okay.
might see a little bit more melodic stuff from us coming soon.
Nice, nice.
So there's gonna be a lot of different stuff
A lot
from
of
us.
different
We're
vibes.
just a big gumbo of
Everything.
creativity, bro.
Yeah, a lot of
Everything.
Do a
stuff.
little bit of everything.
And there we
Facts,
go.
bro.
Like adding on to that, like big collab, like a good big gumbo and everything. Like behind one of my favorite animes, it's called One Piece. Like everything that you need to become like the pirate king is all in that my treasure, and he calls it my One Piece.
The
And
the One
so
Piece. Yep.
that's why I called this podcast My One Piece, because I bring in all the information I can and like everything you can get from here. This is what like will help you guys get
Dope.
throughout life. So
That's
it has
sick,
different
bro. I love
categories
the
and
meaning.
everything.
Love that
So
meaning.
uh, like yeah, One Piece has to be for sure my favorite of all time. So that's why I try to involve it in, throughout my whole life. But continuing with you, Wally, like what about you on that question? So
What? What was the
well,
question?
the question, so like dipping your toe in another genre that you've been
Another
wanting to
Oh,
do.
genre.
another genre. Hell yeah.
I
My
just answered.
Yeah, slow mo did just answer. My bad. I kind of lost the train of thought there.
No, you're
But to
totally
pick it
fine.
back up, I'm a big fan of testing our abilities. Again,
Mhm.
touching on what Slow Mo said, like I'm inspired by Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne can rap on anything. Not necessarily rap, but just make music on any style of composition. So
Right.
Mhm.
if he can do it and he started as a rapper, I can do it because I started as a rapper. So again, I just use it as inspiration. And I always tell Mo that I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go like on some Wayne shit because that means that I'm about to go hard. Like that's what I
Yeah.
mean by that. I'm about to just do my best to make the most out of this music piece we're working on in this moment right now. So
I like that. I like that whole idea behind that. That's honestly great. So you guys mentioned like TikTok and everything. You guys are trying to be more friendly and everything. Um,
right.
would you guys like, would you guys put in the same grind that you guys like? Because I know one star that became very famous off of that was, damn, I'm like, it's like going over my head, but it's the guy that did Old Town Road. What's his name? Like
Oh,
Oh,
it's
Lil Nas X.
yeah.
There we go, Lil Nas X. Like his story behind that was like he released it and everything, but he's like, you know what, I need to make it like get noticed and everything. So he kept putting in like memes and everything in like TikTok, and it finally became a trend. And like he put in like he got like fame behind all that situation. There was probably
Right.
more other stuff to the side, but like, is that what you guys are going to be putting in as that same type of like grind on TikTok and all the other platforms that you guys can share that song or a song that you guys want to do?
Ah, good
Yeah,
question, bro.
that is a good
Yeah,
question.
we've been trying to learn the ropes for every platform, because every
Hmm.
platform's a little different.
All of our
Very true.
resources.
So yeah, definitely when we come to TikTok, we're gonna come correct and take the necessary steps to make shit as successful as possible.
Facts.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Love that. Yeah, I can't wait to see the new trend popping up on TikTok or any platform. It's like the UA song just in the
Oh yeah,
background, just playing, and they're doing their dances and
You're gonna
everything.
see it soon. Just throwing it out there.
Very true, very true. And so talking about like your guys' music as well and like this whole process, like what is the actual process behind like creating your guys' songs or like music? Like are you guys like those type of rappers or like just like come up with any freestyle like you know what we need to put this in a song or like write it down and like try to find the perfect beat for it or do you guys go off the beat and then create your music? Like what is the process that you guys
Ooh,
actually do?
good
you're
question.
making us really deep today.
Well, we're in the room where most of the process happens.
The UA stew.
If you
Nice.
turn the camera, you'll see our producer
What up, guys?
Looney.
We're
He's
working
one
right
How's
of
it
the
now.
going, Lynn?
one of the more well-known producers in the area, and
Nice, nice.
we come in here. He usually will play us anything that he's been working on, and if it's a vibe, we'll usually start building on top of it, and we'll go from there. But he definitely plays a big part in what we do in said
So yeah,
music.
like a lot of people don't like I know like in that career path, I know they know what goes like the whole process and everything, but like people just like me and everything like that, I don't realize like the producer like when it comes to creating like beats and everything like that, like they put in work and like hopefully like they like whatever they create like it pops up and works perfectly and more than likely I bet you guys have like a great vibe that you uh he already knows what you guys want and you guys can already expect him to put out like some amazing stuff. So you guys have like a flow going on and everything like that right now going? Like
Yeah,
you guys have the
definitely.
perfect
Actually, right
connection?
now, right before these guys went live with you guys, we were actually just vibing. I played him something. We were going through some of my recent stuff, and this one came up, and Wally automatically just started thinking, and it ended up being something crazy. So that's what we're doing right now is just for like organic vibes, at the moment type thing. So those
Love
are
that.
always the good ones, and these guys are very good at that, just creating on the spot. So it's
Love that. I
definitely
love
fun.
that.
Yep.
That's great to hear, man. Like what would you guys say that it's the difficult like the most difficult part when it comes to producing a song or a music video? Like what's that one spot like you guys have like a little spot always having trouble getting over, but when you guys finally do, it completes the whole thing.
Good question. So usually when well, I mean, I can't really speak on the production part because
Mhm.
Looney's the producer, but as far as directing, I do take care of most of that. Um, Sorry, I was just putting Wally back in frame here.
No, you're good. You're good.
Um, but yeah, as far as directing, lately it's been a little bit more of a process just because I guess everyone's like getting access to being able to record their own music and
Mhm.
record their own videos. And so they're like it's basically there's just like a flood of content. And so we have been trying to be like more strategic on our videos, like lab cooking.
Yep.
Like we put a kind of like a little plan together on how we wanted it to look, what vibe we were going for. We planned out, wearing the aprons and looking like a chef. And so
Facts.
it's a bit more of a process, but you kind of got to learn it if you want to do it the right way. And I'm willing to do that. So, hopefully it gets us further and closer to where we want to go.
Yeah, like comparing it to like on the check and then like to tamarindo and like cooking in the like lab cooking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
lab
lab cooking.
cooking.
Like seeing those like just seeing for the like first couple you guys actually like produced and everything like that, like seeing like that compared to like the newer stuff, like you see that big difference like on how much you guys have like come with and like learned and everything like that. Like you guys are putting in the grind and it shows not just on your guys' music, but like in your guys' music video because the production keeps getting better and better
Thank
that
you, bro.
I've seen.
Appreciate it, bro.
No problem, man. It's great. And like, what would you guys say it would have to be your favorite music video you guys have actually like recorded? Like you guys had fun doing.
Man. Man, so Tamarindo was a fun one because we got everyone together. Like, it's really hard to get a big group in one
Mhm.
location for one purpose, you know.
Yeah.
And so we were able to get the group of the girls. We were able to get, you know, Looney to pull up, the security, the security guard that, you know, portrayed the security guard.
Yeah.
Um, and we even had an extra set of hands, you know, for behind the scenes for the lighting and everything. So everyone was just able to come together for that location. And you know, we smoke everywhere we go, and there's always drinks. So it was just literally a whole ass vibe just shooting that video. It was like a little tiny party. For
Nice.
the
Yep, it was dope.
So
Yeah,
that one was really fun, real organic. Definitely, we just had the vibes flowing and the ideas going, and it was more on the go, but it was a real cool project to work on.
that's amazing. Yeah, when I saw that video or just seeing that little clip on Instagram, like I can automatically feel like this one's gonna go hard. Not
Yeah,
just the
bro.
music, but the music video is going hard. Like those angles you guys are getting, and it's like the camera's like dancing with you guys. Like that's what I noticed on that music video. Like you're
Yep.
dancing with you guys and everything, and it's great. Like that's why on top, like it's on my top five, like for sure. Like it goes
Thank
hard.
you.
But
Yeah,
what about
thank you,
you? Like,
bro.
what about you, Wally? What was your like favorite video like you were able to like record and
Honestly, I
everything like
think
that?
it's a recent one. And it's one that we talked about earlier in this conversation. I would say Elevated.
Hmm.
Elevated was a really dope experience shooting that video. And shout out Looney again because he made the beat and he was there. He pulled up for the video. We all actually took a trip together to the location and we stayed
Yeah.
there for like a week, not the weekend or like overnight. Had
Hmm.
some drinks, smoked up, like Slomo said, everywhere we touched down, and then we found our locations. Everything fit the vibe we were going for with that song. So the fact that we enjoyed the time there and still were able to create the exact vibe we were going for with the video, it's like
Hmm.
two birds with one stone: enjoyment and then actually executing something really dope.
That's great, man. That's honestly amazing. Like just being able to do like all this stuff and seeing the final result has to be like probably like the best thing.
Oh,
Man,
Like
especially
facts.
this one, you know, because
yeah,
like Ollie said, we traveled specifically for the video,
Yep.
and Looney came along with us. You know, like it was a whole thing, and you grow closer as a group, and you actually come up with something cool, and you get some real cool ideas while you're at
yeah.
it.
More organic vibes.
So it's a win-win
I
kind of
love that. I
situation.
love that, man. Yeah, because you like I don't know. I personally love like because I'm into a lot of like punk rock type of music and everything like that. Like
Hmm.
and they talk about like going through lives and everything like that or like their journey throughout everything and it to me it sounds way organic and just the flow of the music like it's so different and I've noticed like I love anything that makes me feel relaxed and I can connect to the music like and that's what your guys' music to me like at least some of the one that I've like listened to is like it hits perfect.
Hell yeah.
I like the way you guys make music. I think it's perfect at least to my end.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, and
Thank
Like
you, bro.
we appreciate that, and we're only trying to get better. That's all we ever
mhm,
wanted to do. Like you said, every song we put out might be our favorite one, but the
yeah.
next one we're working on is gonna be a little better and
Hmm.
probably gonna be our favorite one again because we're just trying to double what
Yeah,
we did.
it's our favorite
We're trying to
every
Like
time.
double ourselves from what we did last. So
no makes total sense and like when it comes to like your guys' music like at the end of the day, you guys created it. It's like your guys' babies. You can't choose your
right.
favorite at the end of the day. Even though like your kids were like, no, I'm your favorite. Like, but like still like it's
Facts,
like
bro.
you can't exactly choose or pinpoint which one. You just have experiences through all of them
Yeah,
and
everyone
you just
everyone
love
was a
them.
step
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
journey. They're all a step
Hmm.
of the journey.
And it's amazing, man. Act like to follow that whole like concept of like you guys creating or like organic or like the vibe type of music. Like I did have a question. Like, do you guys prefer West or East Coast type of rap music? Like when it comes to
Ooh,
like what inspires you guys to create like that type of music that you guys be doing, or what do you guys prefer to sing?
Good question,
that
bro.
is a good question, bro.
Um, so obviously, like West Coast music, like
Hmm.
we're originally from Ventura County in Southern California, so that's like what we grew up on. So like that's
Hmm.
always gonna be a part of what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, East Coast music is its own world too, because they
Hmm.
have their own flows and everything. So obviously, when we come to the East Coast side, we want to
Yeah,
come correct. So if we ever do go that route, we do it correctly as well,
yeah,
Yep.
which we have. And on this new EP that we're working on, it's called
mhm,
Riots. It's with our older brother,
yeah,
but he came with a lot of those East Coast like real
Style
underground
beats.
gutter type sounding beats, and so
nice.
you'll be hearing that from us real soon.
Yep.
Um,
Perfect. I can't wait for it.
in that EP with as well with a lot of trap. Our main
Hmm.
influence was definitely more like that dirty south, like
All
the
right,
real hard
nice.
hitting beats,
Yeah,
hard hitting bass. Like that's always been
yeah.
like our one love. Uh,
Facts.
so
Mhm.
that's probably our main favorite is like that real dirty south
All
style.
right,
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
like really, it's like in between both east and
Yeah.
west. So
Yeah, like I have noticed like there's so much to it. It's not because the reason why I mentioned like the West and East Coast is like the at least for like me, like that's what I know. Like I know like my brother, he's a big like he loves rap and everything, so he knows more about all this stuff. And he was actually the one that helped me with these questions and everything because like I was asking like what can I ask? And he's like, just make it simple for people, like because some people don't know like the
facts.
background or other little genres like within the rap community and
Right,
like all
That
right.
that
is
stuff.
very
So he's
true.
like
Yeah, that's true.
but South music, like I've heard some of that stuff and it goes hard. Like I've noticed in like your guys' early stages as well, like on the check, like it kind of has that vibe behind it, like from like Dirty South and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like it's great type of music that I've always listened from you guys. And again, coming to you, Wally, like what about you? Like do you vibe off of the more West Coast or the East Coast like type of scenario, or as well with the
Ooh,
South?
it's kind of tough picking between the two,
Hmm.
and then including the ones in between those two
Hmm.
as well. But I have a love for all of them, bro. Because at the end of the day, all those different locations are what make hip hop where it's like
What it is.
where rap is at now. It's just from everywhere at this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
and the West and East birth that,
Hmm.
and I'm a product of that. But I am from Cali, so I always show love to my Cali
Roots.
OGs, Dre, Snoop, NWA, like all the
Hmm.
classic stuff. But then when I really want to hear some shit that's like just rapping, like
Yeah.
really rapping, I'm gonna bump some East Coast shit, like
Big L.
Nice.
some Big L or like some Griselda,
Yeah.
just like some shit that has like some dope beats, but at the same time they're just like rapping some,
Flowing.
they're just flowing really dope.
Hmm.
So I know I'm gonna get a good listening when I'm
Hmm.
bumping some East Coast shit, just as well
Nice.
when I'll bump some West Coast shit. But like Slomo said, we like more of that hard hitting, like trappy sound
Hmm.
with like the catchy hooks and shit.
Yeah.
So that's a little more South roots, like
Hmm.
Atlanta or like Memphis, Tennessee.
All right.
RIP Dolph. So
No, no, and
that's
it's
my take
great.
on that, bro.
It's great. I'm actually learning way more about rap just by talking to you guys and like asking these questions. You guys are putting in your input and everything. Like I didn't know all like this history behind it and all these other different rappers and stuff like that. And it's honestly great.
Hell yeah.
Uh, coming back, like I know you guys have mentioned like your guys' favorite rappers and like influences that you guys had, but like what would you guys say like your favorite like era of rap? Like what was your favorite era when it came to rap? Like what inspires you most like behind all that?
That's another good one, bro.
I think for me it was like pre 2010. Anything that's
Oh,
before 2010, because that's like because if you think about it, all the music that's coming out now, like it's remakes of all the music from back in the early 2000s now. So
that is true.
that's
That
what
is
I feel
true.
like most of the originality was at like late 90s, early 2000s. Like that's where a lot of the stuff was like really, I think, more genuine, I guess you could say. And people really had to grind to become a rap star, and
Yeah.
so
True.
you got a lot of the more authenticity from the artist back then, I feel like.
That is
Nice.
true.
Nice.
That is true. Yeah. And Mo kind of was a little more in that era too. You know, sometimes it's
Yeah.
a little more of what you grew up in.
Hmm.
And for me, I was growing up a little more at the end of the 2000, going into the 2010s. So I got like Future early, Young Thug early, Gucci Mane after he got out of jail. Like I got some fucking
That was bad.
yeah, I got some bangers like growing up. So that's kind of why I like the music we make. It's more of like
Mhm.
that and the old school shit
Yeah,
at the same time. It's like just everything evolved into
there we
the
go.
music we make. So
Yeah, because it comes to like in any category in life, like you have to involve some of the stuff in the past with the newer stuff because if it's just all one-sided, either if it's only classics, like yeah, you can get an audience on whatever you're trying to go
right,
for, but if you mix it up all together, it creates some better stuff in any category. Like you have to
exactly.
recognize the roots to continue going into the future, like when in
Yeah,
any
like you could
scenario.
stick to one, but at the end of the day, you're kind of boxing yourself into one lane and kind of
Hmm.
closing some doors instead of
Yeah.
opening more opportunity. So that's why we don't, like you asked earlier about being diverse with the style of music we want to
Hmm.
do. We don't just stick to rap, even though at the end of the day we do love rap and we will make
Hmm.
rap. We will always try something new and see how that goes too. So
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so going on with this whole vibe that we got going on about like favorite stuff, like I know you guys have mentioned albums that you guys were inspired by and everything, but what would you guys say that was your guys' all-time favorite album, like hearing? Like what was your favorite album that you heard someone else create or that you have created yourself or anything?
any type of album or just
Yeah,
rap music album?
any type of album, man. Like what's the
Any
album
album.
that like
Any album.
motivate you to keep going and doing whatever you're doing?
Any album.
That's a
Like I
good
don't want to
question.
just stick to
Okay,
rap, man.
I got one. I got
All right.
one album that inspires me. Just like the whole album. I don't even
Hmm.
skip it. Like I'll listen to every
Ooh,
song. Doesn't matter
ooh.
if it's on like shuffle and it plays in a weird order. Like
Yeah,
I'll still
I
bump
like
that shit.
that.
And I talked about him earlier. Lil Wayne, my favorite rapper. He
Yeah.
has the Carter 4. People don't like the Carter 4. They like Carter 3 because it had Lollipop. But
Hmm.
Carter 4 was again like more when I was growing up. So I was able to really understand what he was saying and really like take in the beats that he was rapping over. And they just fucking hit, bro. Like he was talking some shit. So I love that album. Carter 4. I can listen to the whole shit.
It's a good album.
And a lot of people like it had a good singles that people like too. So some people know songs from that album. So it's lit.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What about you, Mo?
What about Mo? Let's see.
Yeah.
What a Mo got. I went with Lil Peep. You already know.
Yeah, for me, that's a good one.
Capital Punishment.
I got like three, bro. Can I give you a top
Mention
three?
them. Mention them, bro. Mention them.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Probably the main one though. It has to be "Good Kid, Mad City" by
All
Kendrick.
right. All right.
Um, that one was like, bro. It had me in my feelings sometimes. Like I could listen to the whole thing front to back. I'd just put in my. And like Wally said, even if it was on shuffle and it would just like play random songs, then I would just
You just knew that one of those songs was gonna
yeah.
get you
And
lit.
It's gonna be
and
hit. Like all of them are just fire.
yeah, it was a good album, bro. The other one was Damn. I know some people weren't like too happy about it. Like it had its mixed reviews, but
Hmm.
Damn, I could bump the whole thing too, front to back.
What's
Yeah.
number
I
3?
yeah. What's number three? I would
Damn,
say.
this one was. I don't even know
Dang.
if this is.
Damn.
Damn was 2.
Hold on. Was 21
Can
points?
I say one since we're not just stuck to one? Since
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Mention it. Give
okay,
Mo some time
I'm
to
gonna say
think.
it because I said it. Dr. Dre, Chronic
Oh,
2001. I can
that one
listen
was
to
Ooh.
hard.
2001 by Dr. That was his second album. Oh, and then I can listen to I can listen to
Was
Snoop Dogg's Paid the Cost to Be the Boss.
All right. Okay. Okay. Damn.
That album is fire.
That one's
That's
good. That one is
No
good.
Limit?
that was under
He
No
was
Limit.
under No Limit Master P's label when he
All
did
right.
that.
No, the
All
game is to be told. The game is to be sold, not to be told. That's what it is. Game is to be sold, not to be told. By
All
Snoop
right.
Dogg.
All right.
That album is fucking fire.
Hey,
There you go.
what was it called? 21.21 gigawatts.
Yeah, but that was a mixtape.
Oh, that's a
But
mixtape.
it's okay. Can we say
Yeah,
mixtape?
go for it, man. Go for it.
All
Go
right.
for it. Like, just whatever
Is that what
influenced
it was
you
called?
guys.
That's a mixtape. Yeah, it was free.
Ludacris.
Ludicrous.
Ludacris dropped this mixtape in like
2010,
2010. Nah, it was probably like 2012.
Mhm.
But
11.
he dissed Big Sean and like Drake and like a bunch of other people all in
Oh,
one
damn.
tape. Uh, and the whole tape was a bop,
It
bro.
was
Like
sick.
I was able to bump the whole thing front to back.
That's
It
true.
was called 21 or
1.21
was it 1.21 gigawatts?
gigawatts.
It was called
Back to the past.
1.21
That's what it's called.
gigawatts, and
Back
it
to
Damn.
the
looks like
past.
the Back to the Future
Cover.
cover, but it's ludicrous.
It's ludicrous, like looking down at his watch, and it's like
It's hard.
it's a sick cover
You
art.
guys can go listen to it if you want. It's a
It's on
throwback.
YouTube. It's on
It's
YouTube.
a throwback mixtape.
What about
Um,
you? What's your favorite album?
me, phew, man.
And I know you
Uh,
like punk rock and stuff.
yeah, like for me, it's more punk rock. Like I do have like here and there songs that I love about rap and everything like that. Like an honorable mention would be Damn. Like my brother, he loves Kendrick, like and everything. Like
Yeah, Kendrick's
I even
sick.
I even got it for his
Shout
birthday
out,
like
big
a
bro.
I got it. I got him the vinyl record of Damn, and I remember back in the day when it first released, when he was like sending ones like, "Oh, some of these will be signed and everything." He missed out on all that opportunity to get that. So when I finally saw it out at the store, I'm like, you know what, I need to get it. But one of my favorite places to because for punk rock music, it's hard to find like vinyl records in person. So the
Right.
only place that you can kind of find them is at Graywell here in Utah.
Yeah.
So like me stepping in there, like it's a hit or miss. But I know I can find them on websites nowadays.
But
But
it's
I
hard
always,
online.
And they
yeah,
and
It's hard online.
it is very true, and you never know if the product is gonna be great or anything like that. So
Exactly.
box fucked
like
up.
Dang.
right, it's
Shout
scratched
out
up and
Kendrick's
everything.
album. Dang.
Damn, just like someone said, damn.
Dang.
But
Oh
for
yeah, shout
me,
out Graywell.
uh, for me, it would be my favorite band. It's called Streetlight Manifesto. I don't know if you guys have heard of them,
I don't think
but
so.
I recently went to Vegas, and the only reason it was a 3 day like event. It's kind of like uh, it just
EDC.
happened. Like it's an EDC, but for punk rock. Like it's mosh pits everywhere, and
That's sick.
the second day I was there, like it was the day I like the only reason I showed up was for this band. Like all their like there's multiple albums I love, but uh there's this one I just I don't remember the exact name. They have like these weird names. Like one thing with punk rock, like it's hard to like remember some of these because some of the names don't even
Right,
like
right, right,
like
right.
they're
They
like
don't make
it's
sense.
hard. Yeah, they sometimes don't make sense with like the whole album and stuff like that. It's just like a hit or miss situation. But this album I can't remember. I remember the artwork. I remember the artwork. I can't remember the album name, but just what they played a couple songs there, and they played one of my all-time favorites. Like on my Snapchat, I remember recording when I was inside of the mosh pit. You can
Hell
hear
yeah.
me like singing to the song, and like because I'm over here worried about like holding my phone on like in the middle of the mosh pit, and I'm like getting bumped and everything. So I'm like da 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 da, da, and
That's hella
it's
sick.
funny.
That's
Bro,
sick.
those mosh pits get
Yeah,
crazy.
they do,
Yeah,
bro.
they get crazy, man. One of my favorite stories on like some of these mosh pits that actually happened when I was in Vegas. So on thing in mosh pits, it's called crowd killing. So it's literally someone going the opposite way on like through like where everyone's going, and they literally want to crowd kill the whole thing. They'll
Right.
push you, they'll do everything. So back in high school, I played rugby, and I used this one technique where I was going in there and I jumped, got him like popped a squat and like literally pulled him up, kind of like a rugby player. I pulled him up, like spun him around to like go with the flow of everyone. The
Oh
guy
damn.
from there, huh?
I said, oh damn.
Yeah, so like I got him up and like I readjusted him to the whole thing. Damn. But yeah,
Dang.
like those moments, and it's just like a big fight scenario on these mosh pits, and I love them. I came back home with like bruises on my back, on my legs, but it's those experiences that I
You're a
love,
tough
and
guy,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. You're wild, bro.
but coming back to these questions and everything, what is it? I did have another question when it comes back to the whole producing thing, like. I know you guys at one point didn't have a producer for like your guys' beats and everything. So what was like the steps finding these? Was it just go on YouTube, find one that you guys can go off on, or did you guys always have some type of connection for someone that could create these?
Good question.
That is a good question.
So, our older brother, he actually, when he stopped rapping, he became a, or he was always a producer slash rapper,
Right.
Hmm.
but he kind of stopped rapping at one point and then just like was full time producing. And
Okay,
so
okay.
luckily we were able to get some beats from him, but at one point he kind of stopped.
Yep.
And so we, just like probably most rappers go through, in this era, uh,
Yeah,
you go to
You
YouTube,
go to YouTube.
and then we'd spend hours trying to fucking find a beat, because some of them are just like so played out, like there's millions of views on them, so odds are there's hundreds of songs to them
Hundreds of
already.
rappers on them.
So we did come across one guy specifically. His name was Qua Dinero. I think now he goes by Qua Beats.
Yeah.
okay.
But he's the one that we got a
A
lot
few
of beats back in like 2016. We're talking, and this is
Hmm.
when we did the Crunchy Black collab. He's
360
the one that produced that beat.
facts.
So for a while he saved us, but then we finally got our team together. Now we don't have to worry about that, luckily.
Facts.
Nice. I like that. I like that. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
sometimes like that little grind, it's out of step. You sometimes people forget like once they're like making it big, sometimes people forget like about their roots. Like it wasn't that easy like nowadays, like where like you're at the moment. Like it was a bit
Nope.
difficult to find what you needed to get done and
Oh yeah,
produce what you
Yeah.
needed to
Yeah.
do.
it
Facts,
took
bro.
time. It took
It's
time.
in, it takes time. Another question coming back to like tips and like help that you guys can give out or any advice is like when it comes to like this whole streaming stuff and everything, like what would you what where would you guide the new up and coming like rapper on where to take that first step? Would it be like on YouTube, SoundCloud, um, or any other platform or just Spotify or anything like that, what would you guys say that helped you guys the most when it came to like stepping up and like you saw that different change? Like what would you guys
Good,
recommend?
good question.
That is a good
So if
question.
you're like starting out, what we did at one point is we would just kind of drop like one song on multiple platforms and then just see which one kind of performed the best, and then that's kind of how we figured it out.
Right.
Okay.
But if you already off the back feel like there's a platform that's working better for you, then use that one, and then
Okay.
obviously you want to use all the tools that you can to
Yeah. To
maximize your
expand it.
reach.
True.
But if there's one that you're most comfortable with, start with that one and then build on
Ease
top
your
of it.
way into the others. Yeah.
Because then you'll start getting people like, hey, why isn't this on YouTube, or like,
Yeah.
why isn't this on Spotify? And then you'll know, hey, I should probably put it on Spotify too.
Facts.
That is true. So yeah, actually on my solo interview of me just talking about like my life and everything that I had on one of my episodes on here, like I go through the steps like of like creating a social media platform, like becoming an influencer. Like one of my like literally my first step that I told everyone is like the first step is dominate the name in all social media platforms. Go to every single one that you can think of. Go YouTube, go Twitter, go Facebook, go Twitch, go anywhere, TikTok, just dominate that name because once you have that name, say if that platform is where you're getting the most views, jump on there. But say if you didn't have that name on YouTube and someone already took that name, you, I know when you're typing it out, you have to come up with a different name if you even if you have to. So like that's what it was like. Dominate that name in all
Facts,
platforms so
bro.
that way you
Your
can
branding.
have it.
You gotta dominate your branding.
Very true, very true. So, coming to the end of this podcast, one question I always love to ask the guests and everything
Yeah.
is what type of advice? Like, it's a whole different. It doesn't really much have to do with rap or anything like that. But
Okay.
um, what is it? What's some advice you would give a single man, like a guy trying to talk to the girl that he really wants to get to know, or has a major crush on, or is just too nervous to even talk to girls? Like, what's some advice you guys would give?
Ooh,
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Ollie, man, he's the guru right here. Gotta put you guys on game.
I ain't no guru. Damn. What the hell? I ain't a guru.
Um, You'll give him some.
I'll,
I'll give him a little.
yeah, I'll give him some. You give him some. You all get some. Like Oprah. All right. I would say, oof, I mean, if you already see her in person and you don't have to really like see her online first, go with that and try to make a connection in person. Just be like, hey, just say what's up. Either say what's up, how's your day been?
Mhm.
Ask what she does, unless you work with her or something that you know what she does. So don't ask a
Yeah.
dumb question. But but that's what just establish a actual connection with her in person.
Yeah.
Girls like that
Yeah.
if it's in person. But if it's
Mhm.
online, then just try to slide up in
In the
the
D.
DM. Just try to slide in the DM because it goes down in the D.
Man, look at you
Yeah,
going a
if you
cappella and
don't
everything.
ask, you won't know.
Don't ask, don't tell. What about you, Mo? What you
Yeah,
tell
what
this
would
boy?
you say?
Would you
That's
tell him Kendrick's album? Dang.
Damn. Just go up to him and be like, damn, girl.
good question, man. Um, I guess all you can do is just be confident.
Yep.
If you know you got jokes, use them jokes. If you can make her laugh, that's like it's. I know it's so cliche, but if you can make her laugh, odds are that
You got a chance.
you can get her
You
number
got the
too.
chance.
You know.
There we go.
Facts.
There we
And
go.
also, I'm a big believer that if you don't ask, you won't know. And so otherwise, you'll get friend zoned real quick,
Very
because
true, very true.
she's just going to assume you're her friend if you,
Take too long
do
Yep.
her favors and never fucking ask
and
her.
never say nothing. Yeah,
So, yeah,
true.
it's better to just get it out of the way
Don't
early
string yourself along.
before you put yourself in the zone for too long.
Get in the zone.
How knows?
Damn.
I had to finish it, bro. I had to finish it.
Facts.
It's a habit.
I'm glad you did.
It's like Shanko, bro. Like when you hear that on the
Bro,
radio, you know the
I
address.
already know where they're at. I know the address
like my
already.
boy Money Mel says, no kids.
I don't know that one. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for actually being part of my episode and everything. This last couple seconds I want to give out to you guys so that way you guys can do your shout outs, you guys can talk about future projects or where they can find you, and I will have all those links down below. But go for it, man. This is your guys'
All right,
moment
here
to
we go.
plug everything.
Get your pen and paper or get your notes on your iPhone slash Android mobile device.
You can find me at slowmo_UA. You can find all of our projects. Just Google UA the Duo or search UA the Duo on any of your favorite platforms.
Yep.
Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Title.
You can find us on Twitter too. We're pretty active on Twitter as well. Um, some of the projects that you want to look out for. A real recent one is our new one that we just dropped a few weeks ago called Smoke Break, and it is side A, so there will be a side B.
Yep.
So Smoke Break is like a whole cruise, man. So we designed it so you can get it done and over with through on your smoke break. 15 minutes, you'll get through
or a quick drive from one
thing.
city to the next city.
So that's one that you can really keep an eye out for. We have an actual album dropping on 420. I know that's a few months away, but 420, keep an eye out for our album Bud Brothers 2.
It's coming.
It's going to be, was it 12 songs?
It's coming.
It's 12
It's
songs.
coming.
They're all exclusive, so most of them haven't been out at all. Besides the ones that are already out.
The
now,
singles.
I think there's 3. So it's going to be a lot of good music, a lot of good work, and a lot of new stuff coming soon too.
Mo pretty much took it, but I'll put the cherry on top. You can follow me on Instagram at Wally WALLY_UA, and I'm on Twitter Wally_UA too. But follow the UA pages, UA the Duo. Our YouTube is UA the Duo TV. Don't forget that. But we are on all platforms: Spotify, Apple, Tidal, Napster.
And we got a lot of cool plans for a lot of cool music videos So keep an eye out for those as well.
Keep an eye out. So yeah, like you said, check out Smoke Break Side A, Riot EP coming soon, Blood Brothers 2 coming soon. We're staying busy.
Yes.
Same busy. And just like me and the audience, man, we're all excited for these future projects you guys have coming
Thank
up.
you, bro. Thanks
And
so
we'll
much
keep,
for having us.
no problem, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm honored for you guys to be on here. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another episode of My One Piece. Take care and see you next time. Bye bye.
Peace out.